The line between genius and madness. 10 insane plans that changed the course of history. What is it that transforms a military plan from the most idiotic in history into the most brilliant? Courage? Luck? Or is it the ability to dance on that thin, trembling line? The art of positioning genius right next to madness? Today I'm going to tell you about 10 plans that history textbooks filed under great victories, but which were, in reality, products of pure insanity. Because the most pivotal decisions in history were not made by healthy, balanced, calculated people. They were made by those who either couldn't see the limits or saw them and chose to cross anyway. And in each of these 10 stories, you will also see what lay behind the eyes of the person who made that call, which childhood wounds, which obsessions, and which fears made that madness possible. Are you ready? Then let's begin. 10. Hannibal's crossing of the Alps, the impossible journey, 218 BC. On one of Carthage's cold mornings, a 9-year-old boy named Hannibal gripped his father's hand tightly and said, "I want to come with you." His father, Hamilcar Barca, did not refuse him. Instead, he led the child to the altar of a temple and asked, "Can you swear never to see Rome as a friend, to live your life with Rome as your enemy?" The child swore. And on that day, inside a 9-year-old mind, the moment Rome became an idea that needed to be destroyed, the seeds of history's most absurd and most magnificent plan were planted. Imagine, November. Directly above northern Italy, the snow-capped Alps stand in all their terrible majesty. The temperature is well below -15. An army is marching, 37 elephants, roughly 80,000 soldiers, thousands of horses, and pack animals. These are Mediterranean people, men who have never seen snow, never trekked a mountain, never been acquainted with cold. And every reason imaginable exists to turn them back from this madness. A sensible commander would have returned to Carthage. But Hannibal was a man who had built his entire life on an oath sworn at the age of 9. And oaths, especially childhood oaths, shut down logic entirely. The crossing took 15 days. For 15 days, the mountains devoured soldiers. Freezing winds hurled horses off cliffs. Elephants bolted in panic toward the rocks. Men who fell on the steep, narrow paths never rose again. But Hannibal crossed. And now he stood on the plains of Italy, facing the Roman army. A North African commander had appeared at Rome's back door by marching through a route that was theoretically impossible. What was the genius of this plan? Simply this: Rome was expecting a Carthaginian attack from the sea. The north was completely undefended because no one had imagined an army could come from that direction. Hannibal's madness worked precisely because it pressed down on that very point. No one imagined. Today we call this asymmetric strategy in military literature. It means striking exactly where your enemy is not holding his shield. At the Battle of Cannae, Hannibal encircled Rome's 80,000 soldiers and annihilated nearly all of them, the greatest military destruction in recorded history. And the outcome? Hannibal never took Rome, because that goal itself was madness. Yet he maintained a presence on Italian soil for 15 years, and Rome was forced to rethink both its geography and its strategy because of this man. Hannibal lost, but Hannibal's legacy won. Taking the road called impossible is sometimes the only real road there is.